East Side, we have just learned that an officer has shot a homeowner who apparently he mistook for a carjacking suspect. This is all happening right now, again on the city's east side.
Our Kyle Inskeep is live right now to update us on exactly what's happening and what happened earlier this morning. Kyle?
Yeah, Angela, I'm joined by Sergeant Kendall Adams with IMPD. Officer Adams, some very new information coming about the individual who was shot. Originally, it was thought that may have been a suspect. Come to find out, this was actually the husband of a woman who was carjacked here in this neighborhood. What can you tell us about this investigation right now?
Well, we're proceeding, obviously, with our investigation. We have several, as the chief already indicated, we have several layers that look at these type of shootings. Right now, our concern and our prayers are with the family in this particular situation. It's a very unfortunate situation. One thing we have to keep in mind is that it was dark out here, and we were dealing with a suspect who had pointed a gun at the head of a homeowner who was trying to steal their car.
Okay, and the individual, the husband of that woman who was carjacked, he was armed at the time, but it's unclear if he fired a shot at the officer, correct?
That's correct. He was armed when the officers engaged him, and it's not believed that he fired a shot at the officers.
And what is his condition right now?
He's in serious, expected to survive. He suffered a gunshot wound to the stomach.
And then obviously the suspect that was responsible for this carjacking still on the run right now. What type of a description do we have of that individual?
We do know he was a black male, 18 to 19 years old. He was wearing a red jacket with a dark ball cap. We're waiting on a physical description, so we're asking anyone that has information. This individual obviously is dangerous. We believe that there may be other victims. Obviously, it's about 4:30 in the morning. It's dark out here. People are getting home. We're asking anyone to call us with information on this suspect or sees a suspect in the area to call 262-TIPS.
Okay, and what happens to the officer that was involved in this shooting here today?
Well, obviously they'll be questioned. Again, as we indicated earlier, several layers. The officer is on what we call administrative duty, which is standard procedure because there are a number of steps that have to be taken to include a grand jury, internal affairs. We have the investigation part of it, and then we also have a fourth step, which is our firearms review board, and so some of that has civilian oversight that will look to determine to make sure that the shooting was an appropriate use of force and that it was an appropriate shoot.
Okay, and the female victim involved in the carjacking, did she sustain any injuries?
She did not. She actually is cooperating with investigators and giving us information about what led up to the actual shooting itself.
All right, thank you so much for your interview here this morning, Sergeant Adams. Guys, as soon as we get the description of that suspect from IMPD, we'll be sure to pass that along to you here on air and then also online at fox59.com. Ray and Angela, back to you guys this morning in the studio.
Cal, thank you. And again, so many questions about was he then able to get away in a different car? Did he take off running? But again, sounding like an 18